Lestat here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is episode 2 of DarkLore 101. Today we're going to be covering the GX era Darklords. Before we cover the Darklords themselves, I'm going to be doing a segment covering one of the duelists featured in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga that played Darklords. So you guys are going to get some brief context as to why the Darklords were featured. With that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you, and please consider subscribing for more DarkLore content. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Midori Hibiki is a professor and headmaster of the first-year Slifer Red students in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga. She is the older sister of Koyo Hibiki, a 3-time dual champion. Midori is regarded as a kind person and takes on the older sister role to Jaden Yuki by looking after him and even giving him his first duel disc. She is considered one of the most skilled duelists. This is proven by the fact that Midori's brother, a 3-time duel champion, couldn't defeat her, and her skills were shown during a high-stakes duel against Reggie Mackenzie. Midori plays a DarkLore deck, which focuses on summoning high-level monsters that are backed up with devastating trap cards. She activates her set cards by snapping her fingers. Reggie teases having information about the cause for Koyo's coma. Midori duels Reggie in hopes that defeating Reggie would lead to answers. They have an angelic face-off, Midori's Darklords against Reggie's Archangels. During the duel, Reggie is almost easily defeated in several turns. However, Reggie uses blackmail to pull off a win. Reggie reveals after the duel that she was lying about having information about Koyo's coma. Midori is dismayed and quietly asks for her brother's forgiveness as she faints into Jaden's arms. Jaden later defeats Reggie, restoring Midori. Now, let's dive into the inspiration and lore of the GX era Darklords. Ukoback is an inferior demon. He is depicted as having a flaming or red body with large eyes and ears. Ukoback is tasked by Beelzebub to maintain oil and operate Hell's boilers. He is also the inventor of fried foods. Asmodeus represents one of the 7 deadly sins. He is the demon of lust and responsible for manipulating a person's sexual desire. Anyone who falls victim will be sentenced to spend an eternity in the 2nd level of hell, a place where the lustful and adulterers are tortured by the winds of violent storms, a representation of one's lust being excessive and seemingly uncontrollable. Asmodeus also has the ability to reveal secret locations of hidden treasures and grant men the ability to become invisible. He is usually depicted with 3 heads, one of a man or ogre spitting fire, one of a sheep, and one of a bull. While this may not be depicted in Konami's artwork, this is reflected in Darklord Asmodeus' effect to produce 2 tokens upon destruction, each representing an additional head. Superbia, translated in Latin, means pride, one of the 7 deadly sins, a corrupt form of selfishness by putting one's own desires and urges ahead of others. In pathological cases, it's an irrational belief that one is either superior or godlike and refusing to acknowledge their limits. This is reflected by Darklord Superbia's lack of a hard once per turn effect, an effect that allows the player to potentially keep swarming monsters from the graveyard. Edeh Arae is a representation of wrath, one of the 7 deadly sins. It is believed that pride and wrath coincide together. Pride leads to one's contempt for their fellow neighbor, and wrath is uncontrolled feelings of rage and anger. Together, this may provoke feuds and violence. Hence the effect Edeh Arae gains when revived from the graveyard with Superbia's effect. Desire is a representation of greed, another deadly sin. Unresolved insecurities and anxiety issues can lead a person to gamble or want more without ever being satisfied. This is reflected on DarkLore Desire's effect to give up attack points to remove an opponent's monster, and losing the ability to attack. A risky gamble, in my opinion. This concludes episode 2 of DarkLore 101. I hope you guys enjoyed the segment, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let's begin a discussion, and please consider subscribing for more awesome DarkLore content. Hit the notification to be notified of when the next episode premieres. And until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.